Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley's threatening voicemails leaked. Shocking voicemails Todd Chrisley left threatening his son Kyle's ex-wife, Alexis Wilby, have been leaked. In these voicemails, the disgraced reality TV star threatens to come after his former daughter-in-law and some of her money. What exactly did he say in these voicemails? And where did the voicemails come from exactly? Todd Chrisley threatens to come for Kyle's ex-wife and her money. Back in April 2015, just a year after Alexis Wilby married Todd's son, Kyle Chrisley, the reality TV star took to Twitter and posted a nasty tirade toward her. While the tweet has since been deleted from his profile, that wasn't before screenshots were taken, so it could remain on the internet forever. In this deleted tweet, Todd Chrisley called his former daughter-in-law a fame-seeking WH**E and a tired ashy-skinned H***. According to an exclusive report from Daily Mail, 2 years after he posted this angry and racist tweet, he called Alexis Wilby and left her several threatening voicemails. A clip of the threatening voicemails can be listened to via Daily Mail by clicking here. In these aggressive voicemails, Todd Chrisley blasts his former daughter-in-law for being a liar, as he claims the $100 million trust fund she boasts about is fake. He, however, proceeded to warn her that she needed to get an attorney because he was coming to get a part of it, assuming the fund was real. Daily Mail goes on to report these aggressive and threatening voicemails were left after Todd discovered his former daughter-in-law assisted in the tax evasion and bank fraud charges against him. In the voicemails, Todd Chrisley clarifies that he is not going after her because he has a chip on his shoulder. This lawsuit had nothing to do with revenge. Todd explained that he filed the lawsuit because he needed to teach her a lesson about doing the wrong thing. His voicemails concluded with him urging her to get her brothers on the phone to discuss her fake trust fund, before reiterating that he was coming to take it from her. As fans know, Alexis and Kyle Chrisley are no longer together. They've been divorced since 2018. In fact, Kyle is happily married to his new wife Ashley. Speaking to Daily Mail, Alexis Wilby admits that she suffered in silence for years while being bullied and ridiculed by Todd Chrisley. Have you had a chance to listen to these voicemails yet? What do you think about them? Let us know in the comments down below. And keep coming back for more Chrisley news. The Chrisley empire had always thrived on two things: control and charm. Todd Chrisley, the patriarch of the once polished reality TV dynasty, prided himself on being a master of appearances. A southern gentleman with a razor-sharp tongue, a gleaming smile, and a belief that no one could outmaneuver him. But when a series of threatening voicemails allegedly left by Todd surfaced online, the carefully curated image he fought to protect began to unravel in the most dramatic way imaginable. The leak came like a thunderclap on an ordinary Tuesday morning. A gossip site posted a headline that instantly spread across every social media platform. Exclusive: Todd Chrisley's threatening voicemails leak. You don't know who you're messing with. The audio clips, though grainy, were unmistakably his voice. Smooth at first, then sharp, spitting venom with the cadence of a man who had spent years perfecting the art of intimidation. In one voicemail, his drawl dripped with menace. "You think you can smear my family? I'll bury you in court so deep you'll be beggin' for air. Don't play with me, I will ruin you." Another one ended with a chilling promise. "Mark my words, sugar, if you think you're safe, you're not. I've got more connections than you've got prayers." The public's reaction was electric. Some fans defended him, insisting the recordings were doctored. Others nodded knowingly, saying this was the Todd they always suspected lurked beneath the designer suits and witty one-liners. Memes flooded TikTok within hours. Clips of Todd on Chrisley knows best spliced with his angry tirades, creating a bizarre and unsettling contrast. The fallout. For the Chrisley children, who were no strangers to controversy thanks to their parents' ongoing legal battles, the leak felt like yet another earthquake. Savannah Chrisley went live on Instagram almost immediately, her hair perfectly curled, eyes glossy but defiant. "My daddy has always been protective," she told her audience. "What you're hearing is a man pushed to the edge, standing up for his family. Y'all don't know the full story, and it breaks my heart that people want to tear him down." Chase, meanwhile, took to Twitter with a short, cryptic post. "Funny how folks love to leak voicemails, but never the ones where he's praying for people." But the court of public opinion was not interested in prayers. News outlets played the recordings on loop. Body language experts were invited onto morning shows to analyze his tone. Psychologists chimed in, debating whether the threats reflected stress, narcissism, or simply
scenes.
desperation. What the public didn't know was that the voicemails were not random. They were directed at a former business partner, someone Todd had once considered a close friend. The man, furious over a soured real estate deal, had decided to release the audio after years of staying quiet. He thought he could scare me into silence, the whistleblower told an anonymous podcast. But I've seen behind the curtain. The Todd Chrisley you see on TV is a mask. The real Todd? He's dangerous when cornered. The podcast episode went viral. Suddenly, the voicemails weren't just embarrassing. They were being used as evidence of a long-standing pattern of intimidation. Julie's silence. While Todd fumed, paced, and drafted public statements from behind prison walls, Julie Chrisley kept her silence. She had always been the softer counterbalance to her husband's flamboyance, the calm voice that smoothed over his sharp edges. But now, insiders whispered that Julie was deeply unsettled by the recordings. Julie has always stood by Todd, one insider claimed. But these voicemails hit differently. She's worried about how this makes them look, not just legally but as parents, as grandparents. The media circus. The media frenzy reached a fever pitch when late-night comedians joined in. One host joked, "Honestly, if Todd Chrisley had just whispered these threats in a confessional booth, we could have called it Southern Mafia, the reality show." Another quipped, "If Todd Chrisley calls me and says he's gonna ruin me, I believe him." The man survived cable television, IRS battles, and Julie's silent side-eye. That's terrifying. But underneath the laughter, there was a darker undercurrent. Commentators debated whether these voicemails might harm Todd's ongoing appeals in his fraud conviction. Could prosecutors use them to paint a portrait of a man willing to use threats and fear to get his way? The family divide. The Chrisley clan, always performing a delicate dance between unity and fracture, began to show cracks. Lindsay Chrisley, Todd's estranged daughter, was asked to comment. Her response was blunt. "Am I surprised? No. I've experienced that tone firsthand. I've lived it. My only hope is that people finally see the side of him I've been talking about for years." Her words stung. They weren't just confirmation. They were a knife twisting into the image Todd had tried so hard to protect. Fans flooded her Instagram with comments, some praising her honesty, others accusing her of piling on while her father was already down. Todd speaks. Finally, after days of silence, Todd released a statement through his lawyer. The words were measured, but the tone was unmistakably his. "These recordings are a malicious attempt to defame me and my family. They are taken out of context, manipulated, and weaponized by individuals who seek to profit from my downfall. Anyone who knows me knows that I love fiercely, and I will defend my family at any cost. That is not a crime, it is a calling." But as much as he insisted the recordings were fake, experts in voice analysis were already being quoted in the press saying the opposite. "We ran multiple tests," one specialist claimed. "There is a 98% likelihood the voice belongs to Todd Chrisley." The bigger picture. What made the situation so captivating wasn't just the scandal itself, it was the symbolism. Todd Chrisley had built an empire on control, on crafting a version of himself that was untouchable, witty, and superior. The voicemails stripped away that mask, revealing a man whose anger was as sharp as his designer suits. For some fans, this made him more human. "We've all lost our tempers," one woman tweeted. "Maybe Todd just did what we all wish we could, tell people off without sugarcoating." But for others, it was the final nail in the coffin of the Chrisley brand. "The voicemails aren't shocking," another wrote. "They're proof. Proof that behind every fake smile is someone willing to destroy you to protect themselves." What comes next? The fallout from the leak shows no signs of slowing. Legal experts predict lawsuits. Networks that once aired Chrisley Knows Best are allegedly reviewing old footage, debating whether to distance themselves further. Podcasts continue to dissect every syllable of the recordings, and social media thrives on the chaos. Todd Chrisley has always been a man who believed in controlling the narrative. But now, with his voice immortalized in digital permanence, he faces his toughest challenge yet, living with a story he can't edit, spin, or polish away.